All right, guys. Hi. Today we are going to be going over the Extensor Carpi Radialis Longus. Try and say that 5 times fast. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So for our Extensor Carpi, it is going to be the origin is going to be the lateral suprachondral ridge of the humerus. So basically, it's going to be on this outside part where it enters in. And then our insertion is going to be the base of the second metacarpal. So right there in that index finger, you're going to see that right there. Our nerve for this is going to be the radial nerve, C5 through C8. So the longus and the brevis are both involved in this. So actually, the longest is going to be the nerve C5, 6, 7, and 8. And for the brevis, it's the C6, 7, and 8. So they're all intervened by the same nerve. A little bit about our motions for this. So wrist extension, radial deviation, and it assists in elbow flexion. So if we do look at flexion, if we were not to have this muscle and we weren't this strong, we would not, our wrist would just fall backwards for extension. We don't really use it for flexion that much. But for extension, it plays a big key factor. And if not, our wrist would just basically not even it's what's stopping our wrist from fully just snapping backwards. And then I'm going to honestly let you know now, ulnar deviation is not a big factor in this, but we have radial deviation and extension. So for radial deviation, just think of normal activity when you're waving high and by to someone. Basically, when you're waving outwards, you are going to be using that extensor carpi radialis longus. And then extension when that wrist is bending backwards. So a little bit more on that, the waving goodbye. Another thing to think about is making the actual fist. If we didn't have this muscle, and if this muscle is not strong, you're not able to fully grip and close your fist and actually hold a tight grip. So that's why I talk about proper grip. So not only for making a fist, but opening a jar or a can of something and being able to actually grab onto it and move it and twist it is what this muscle is allowing us to do. So one more time, I'm going to give you guys an idea of where you'll see it at. So it's going to be the superficial compartment of the posterior forearm. So it's going to, like I said, it's going to kind of start over here. It wraps around, it's going to wrap around the forearm a little bit, and then it's going to enter right there. So remember that. I am now going to show you guys a quick example. Just 1 second. It wants to load. All right. So again, this is a little more zoomed in. It is going to be right here. That's going to be the origin of it. And then we have our insertion right there. You can see inside of there. And then another thing to just look at is the line of pull. So the line of pull for this one is going to fall. I can't really draw, but it's going to fall through right here. And it's going to go through that distal metacarpal, actually. The most effective is as a wrist extensor, and it does assist in flexing the elbow joint. So if we look at how its origins right here, that's where you're going to see where we have that elbow flexion. And that is the Extensor Carpi Radialis Longus. Thank you guys for joining today. It's a cool all-around view of it. And you'll see it right there one more time. And thanks, guys.